Hi everyone, it's Jodi. So I posted earlier this morning this completely chaotic picture of what my table looked like as I was working with some of these products and creating last night. I tend to get very messy when I'm creative, but I really like the results, so it was all worth it. Although I will say the table still looks like that and I do need to clean it up. But let's focus on the fun stuff first. So my free card kit in the mail this month features Timeless Tulips. And if you look at the stamp set, of course, you've got the gorgeous tulips, leaves, and stems, but then you've got quite a variety of greetings here as well. So something you could use for sympathy, birthday, Easter, get well, Mother's Day, a little hello. So there's a lot on here that makes it a really, really versatile set. I personally have just always loved tulips, so as soon as I saw this one in the mini catalog, I knew it was one I would have to have. There's also this coordinating punch that cuts out both the flower and the leaf, and I'm going to show you something else I did with this part as well. You can bundle these together and save 10%, so you'll want to make sure that you do that. The other thing that I used was a little bit of this designer series paper. This you're not going to see published in one of our catalogs. This is some coordination product release that happened in February. And what's awesome about this paper, it's called Pleased as Punch. And what's awesome about it is that it coordinates with 4 of our punches. Also, it doesn't hurt that it's like really fun and springy colors. And I don't know about you, but I'm definitely ready for spring. So this is the first pattern. I'll just kind of pull them all out here. Hopefully keep the lighting good. So on one side, it's these raindrops. On the other side, it's the umbrellas. And that coordinates with our umbrella punch that is in the mini catalog. It's called Umbrella Builder Punch. Then we have this pattern. So it's got all of these different colored hearts and then the gingham on the back. And this coordinates with our heart punch. So you can easily pop those right out. Then we have this one, some stripes. And then this flower coordinates with a punch that's available in the celebration brochure. And then we have this one with all of the lovely colorful tulips and the green on the back, which I used for some stems and leaves. So this is available. I'll put a link to it here in the comments just so you make sure you see exactly where that is, because like I said, it's not published in one of our catalogs right now. It was a special release thing. Kristen, I really do love this paper too. It's so beautiful. And just the texture that you see in the design of the images on here is just so pretty. So like I said, I focused on the Timeless Tulips bundle and that Pleased as Punch paper. I also pulled in this pattern here, and this is the honey something. If anybody that's watching knows the name for sure, feel free to share. This is the designer paper that's in the celebration brochure that coordinates with our Bumblebee products from the mini catalog, and it's honey something, but I can't remember. But you'll see it. It'll be obvious in the celebration options. But there's a lot of black, white, and gold. Some really, really pretty patterns on here. And like I said, on one of the cards, I featured this pattern here. So if I was you and placing the order, I would definitely order the Timeless Tulips bundle. I would order the Pleased as Punch designer paper. I use several different ink pads on these projects, any adhesive, anything else you might need. Qualify for some free designer paper or other celebration product. And with a $75 order, you also qualify for my free card kit in the mail, which is pretty cool this month, I will say. So it's got a little bit more than what I typically do. Golden honey, thank you. All right, this is the first card. So you can see that gingham designer paper, and then the card base is petal pink. This ribbon is petal pink. And then I used Pear Pizzazz and Calypso Coral ink to build the flowers. So the stems and the leaves and the greeting are all stamped directly on this piece that's got the nice stitching. And then I stamped the 2 flowers on a separate piece of Whisper White, punched them out, and then just added them on here. These are both flat. They're not raised up with dimensionals, but that's certainly something you can do. I chose to raise up that layer there, so this whole rectangle is raised up with dimensionals. So I just love this card, love how springy and fun it is. The next one, I love this one too. Okay, this is Daffodil Delight, and then Mango Medley, and then that Golden Honey designer paper. And then this is both Daffodil Delight and Mango Medley. I did that rock and roll technique. So I stamped in both colors. And then what I wanted to show you, I'm hoping that it is obvious here. This here is a separate piece. So I used that same part of the punch that punches the leaf. I stamped this flower a second time and punched just that part of it and raised it up. So here is a raised part, here is a raised part. I'm not sure how well, maybe you can see it a little bit more there. So in person it's really cool because it's just raised on that left side on each flower. The stems I stamped on the white, and then it's a super simple cut with scissors. And then the leaves, of course, you stamp and punch out. And then I added just a little bit of daffodil ribbon there. But I love these colors together. I love the contrast, that black with the gold. I just really, really like this card. Now, the next two projects are not typical cards. So we'll start with this one. This was actually inspired by one of my team members who did something similar in a card swap. So what I did for this one is I used that Pleased as Punch paper, this one right here with all the tulips, and I cut those out with the punch, and then I did some stems and leaves, the leaves with the punch, and then the stems, just cut with my trimmer. And then I just put that on the back. So I made this a Mother's Day card. You can use any of those images from the stamp set, make it birthday, make it get well, whatever you want. So when you get this card kit from me in the mail this month, you're going to get a template that is this little flower pot. So I guess I should show you this more carefully. So this is just like a pocket that I've created here. So this is soft suede cardstock, scored in a couple of places, and then just fold it up. And this ribbon is actually what's holding it all together to make that little pocket for the flowers. So you will get the template so that you know exactly how to do this, and then you can trace it onto your cardstock and cut that out. And then that way you can, have it for future projects as well. You can duplicate it several times. And then the final project is this sweet little basket. How fun is that? So it's got tulips all around. The ribbon is wrapped around and then just tied in a knot here. And then the happy spring, I'll show you how I did that really quickly. So this is the image here. It says, Happy Easter, Happy Spring, Happy, Happy Everything. Well, obviously I had a much smaller area. So all I did was ink up the Happy Spring, cut around it, and I placed it right here on the project. So if you've done my card kit in the mail, you know that you get a PDF with photos and step-by-step instructions. Like I said, it's going to be a little different this time because you're also going to get the template for the flower pot. You're also going to get kind of a tutorial, I guess you would say, on how to make this basket. So I'll have those dimensions and instructions all there. Again, the whole reason for that is so that once you create this project, you'll still have the instructions and you'll be able to create more of them. This would be such a sweet little favor at everyone's place for your Easter brunch, or if you have, this is definitely a time of year for bridal showers, or, just any of those fun little celebrations where you get together with family or girlfriends and you just want to give them a little something. You could put a little bit of candy in there. If it was for Easter, you could put some jelly beans in there. Lots of options. So I hope you are as excited about these projects as I am. It was fun. I usually kind of stick, to cards like this. So it was fun for me to venture out and do some other types of projects this month. So again, you can participate in my free card kit in the mail. You will need to order, and I'll create a Facebook event like I do every month, so you'll have all this. But the Timeless Tulips bundle you'll need. I strongly suggest getting this Pleased as Punch designer paper because you'll want to make more of these, and selecting the golden honey for a celebration choice. But when you do $75 order of whatever you want, maybe you already have the tulips, and that's totally fine. All you do is place your $75 order, use the host code that I'll share, and you'll get this in the mail free from me. You'll also get the email with the PDF that has all the instructions. You get the template, everything. Just a side note, for those of you on my demonstrator team who completed our February challenge, and those of you that did the full 20 thing, you're going to get this class for 5 people to do. So these are the projects from my February team challenge as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, be sure to just put them in the comments below, and look for the Facebook event where it'll have all of the details, including the host code that you need to qualify for the free kit. Thanks so much for watching.